Alright, welcome on back to some more Modern Warfare 3 camo grinding. Woo! I've been having some really good thoughts, musing, and all that. Just analyzing my life. Going through some things where some people might have been questioning my integrity, and I had to act. I don't like that I had to act. Might have cost myself a pretty big hardship, but you know what? At the end of the day, if it wasn't meant to be, it wasn't meant to be. Like, I did everything I could. So, let's check on this. And one thing, yeah, again, and like I said last episode, I'm gonna try not to say too much because it's disrespectful and it could be illegal too. You can't be divulging company secrets and company information. You gotta be careful.
Free for all. Eliminate the enemy. All of them.
Okay, so usually back here. Oh no! Then if you don't go far enough back, you'll get someone going behind. Oh.
Standing by. Copy that. UAV hostiles deploy the mosquito.
Oh! Oh! Jeez. That's what I get for just hanging. Oh, look at all that money. Money. Ah. Whew. Okay, I'm not doing so hot. Ah. 7. Whatever 7 is in French. Oh my god. Just can't win. Oh. And if you get close enough to him.
Keep fighting.
Well, I've killed him a couple of times. Now I'm slipping. Keep dying. Jeez. Ah. Ah. I can't even move. Oh, you missed your shot, bud. You only get one. I gave you all the opportunity. Look at that pile of money. Look at this pile of money. I would so take a couple stacks and then give it to the authorities. No, I'm just kidding. I would probably never find myself in this situation, but if I did, you just gotta be honest. I mean, that's what you can get like fired or in trouble for, even as a cop, if you pocket some of the money. Ooh. Although evidence, though, I would like to make sure that the money goes to somewhere charitable. I mean, once the case is cleared, that's gotta go somewhere. Whoa.
Enemy UAV active.
Ah! Are you kidding me? Oh, he sniped me. Ah. Ah. Avenge me. Oh. Oh, that was a free-for-all.
Compromised. We failed.
Oh, I was wondering why there's so many people so many times. I was like, wow, I'm just having the best luck today. There's another person, there's another person. Oh, wow, there's another person. All right. Oh, jeez. Yep. Oh. Yeah. I was getting real prophetic in my last episode, in the last Modern Warfare 3 one. But basically, treat others like you want to be treated. That's it. And I think E&M, ethical non-monogamy, would have saved many situations. In fact, I think I might need to still reach out and apologize to that dude. In fact, let me see. Let me see if I can find him. I wonder if this is going to send off any bells, because I did make threats against him, not to his face, but, you know, through my ex. Yeah, I talk on this like highway safety group. But yes, let's see. I just searched for his old record label.
Eliminate the enemy. Leave none alive.
That's why I had a general mistrust of musicians too, because that was one of the MOs that could be a potential thing. Not saying everybody would, but that's why I didn't get in the limo with Cottonmouth Kings, because I thought they were going to try to sleep with my lady, and I was like, no, dude, no thank you. And I think they get that a lot, like the more like hoodlum ones, like, and the gangsters, yeah, but like, I had a lot of friends that were gangsters, but I mean, well, I wouldn't say a lot of friends, actually, maybe more colleagues, that's kind of, to be accurate, but all of my friends were hoodlums, like, at least at some point, doing silly things and potentially illegal things, but now they're legal. Oh no, now it would be like, contributing to the delinquency of a minor, and somebody else would get in trouble, not you. And like, or you might get a slap on the wrist, but if you're under 18 and you get caught with alcohol, like, it's more just a life lesson, and they just want to make sure it doesn't happen again. So,
Hostile UAV in the area. Friendly UAV on station. Hostiles deployed a mosquito.
oh, he stuck me with it. Dang, okay, yeah, there's no getting away from that thermite, oh man. Oh, that's why napalm's so scary, is because that stuff burns and it sticks to you. So like, then you're stuck burning, and it just continues to burn. Like, the first thing if you're getting burned is to try to get away from the fire, get away from the heat source. Like, you know, throw a blanket on an actual active fire, or, you know, or whatever. And like for electrical fires, it's a lot worse. I mean, 'cause you're not supposed to throw water on it. Or grease fires too, because like the water will just slosh it around and spread the fire to even more things. And I think napalm, like, water might not be the best for that either. Same concept. It might slosh it around. But anyways, oh, he had that fancy camo. How am I doing? See, I'm like dead last almost. One of the bottom ones.
Lost half the field. Fight back.
Ammo here!
There we go.
I was
Okay.
around. Taking fire!
Whew. Almost. All right.
Friendly UAV on station.
Taking effective fire!
Enemy UAV active.
Switch your max!
Friendly UAV online. Hostile Mosquito is online.
Sorry, just going in a rabbit hole in my head. But anyways, yeah, we were talking a lot about E&M and forgiveness, but not forgetting. I mean, nobody should forget. Like, if somebody, like, does something bad to you, and you're going to find that out real quick. If you ever end up in jail or prison or something like that, like, that's what the first thing they teach you. It's not go find the biggest person and beat them up. Quite the opposite. You find the biggest person and you show them kindness. But that's a dangerous line to walk. You can't just go do that because that's bad for the opposite reason. If you're going to go kiss up to one of the biggest dudes, no. You just need to make sure you treat everybody with kindness and respect, and the big dudes will notice. And then they got your back. That's all it is. And the important key thing there is it has to be genuine. And I hate that I have to say that, but you can pretend. I mean, I watch a lot of cartoons, a ton growing up. And that's what all these people are trying to do in the life lessons, or even Full House. Like, you know, the Tanner family back in the day with like those three little blonde girls that would like, they'd have the problems, and then they'd have like the Uncle Joey living there because he, you know, got evicted, or then another guy got a divorce, and so then I think Uncle Joey went through a divorce. Lost his house, had to go move into the, you know, and it taught people that that's okay. That's normal when a family member has to come back home and live in the house with you. Like, you know, you get the uncle living with you for a while. Of course, they had a big, massive house. Like, you know, that happens with like trailer parks and stuff. So, you know, go figure that. Anyways. Oh, one of my old roommates, he's awesome. Oh, yeah. Anyways. And international security, too. That's another thing. Like, I mean, already, like, I was talking with a bunch of, like, tech people from around the world. Nothing specific and nothing that would ever get me in trouble with my country. Because, again, I assume that people are reading it. Like, I mean, just how I understand, my understanding of technology and networks means that there is really no real privacy. Like, even with a VPN, all it takes is, like, breaking the encryption because they intercept your packets. They have a total packet count. So then they have a total thing to beat on. Like, you know, it's so stupid. Like, people think that they could still get away with stuff. And, like, and actually, I'm kind of wondering, like, how many times they've almost pushed the button and be like, all right, bring him in. We're going to charge him on this. But no, the government knows me very well. I mean, that's not trying to brag or anything. That's like, I just assume that if they were interested in me, I have a pretty good understanding of what they would find. And I'm okay with that. If they searched my hardware, I mean, please don't, but, like, you know, they probably already are. Like, and if they found anything, like, predatory on my stuff, no. Of course, first I'd want to make sure that it wasn't planted there, because that's a very real concern of mine. Like, anybody that knows me growing up knows that, like, not only would I be really confused by any of that, like, I would be enraged. Because, like, you know, I've seen people talk about their stories of abuse growing up and how it's messed with them. The Alaskan Avenger, He's a perfect example. He was beaten and abused and molested and all these things. Like, well, I don't know about molested, but definitely beaten. I'd have to like check on that. But he's this great advocate, and I'm going to put him on my list on my GitHub. He's a great advocate. Spent a lot of time in prison. Was beating up child predators, and now he has this Facebook or a bunch of social medias. And I plan on contributing. Like, I mean, once I have some money, I'm going to buy some merch from him, or I'm going to support his cause, because what he does is he calls out the worst of the worst publicly and politely, professionally. He says what he thinks should happen to them, but unlike Tekashi 69, he is not condoning violence. He is condoning justice and law enforcement and the proper protocols to handle with behaviors. Now, yeah, it's not the person, it's the behaviors, and I understand that full well. That's what I was trying to express, you know, like, I grew up shooting guns with law enforcement and corrections officers. Like, you know, they taught me, and they felt safe around me with a firearm. Like, so that should go to show, like, how trusted I usually am. I mean...
I'm reloading.
Yeah, two things that everybody should know about me pretty quick. I don't mess around, and I don't care for people that mess around. Granted, everybody can change. If you stop messing around, you're good. But if it's not sincere and you're going to just keep doing it, then you're not good. And until you're sincere, we're going to need to work on it, and that's fine. I mean, that is giving grace. Like, that's... Sorry, I'm thinking, like, trying to say too much, but also, like, thinking about what I'm going to say. Oh, there's this other guy that I just started following. He does these autism posts, like how people with autism or ADHD will often like try to like say conversations by themselves, like they practice conversations before they talk to people. I totally do that. I do that all the time. In fact, sometimes when I'm just sitting by myself, and I'll be working too, I'll be like answering an IT ticket or like solving a problem, but meanwhile part of my mind is like in the background, ooh, what up? Yeah. Free the plant, y'all. Oh, and that was the other thing. That Jewish beauty, my queen. Oh, she was such a gangster. She was more disciplined than you know, a lot of the people that were supposed to be disciplined that I knew. Like, and she was so beautiful. Oh god, like, oh, she gave me the time of day. But we don't have Bassetti's anymore. I'd have to find a new spot. Like, I would have to find a new spot to wine and dine her and explain that I don't drink anymore. Although she'd probably be happy about that. She didn't like my drinking either. I mean, nobody did. Oh, not that makes it sound like I did a bunch of bad things. No, it's more just like, I don't think anybody really likes it when people drink too much. It's too easy to disrespect people. Oh, they're curing. They gotta hang them upside down. And then you gotta have a collection tray, yo. What are you doing? You know, that's what old Red and Meth taught me back in the day. With How High. You know, you gotta collect, or that was Method Man talking about that. You gotta hang them upside, or maybe in Cypress too. I think Cypress Hill might have said it on like a show or something. I kind of want to watch some more of their stuff. I haven't had the chance to like, I mean, because back when I went through a period of like, well, mental unwellness for a bit, I had to take a break. I was sick, basically a burnout.
Bravo. Contact.
Huh.
Securing objective Alpha. We control 2 objectives. Finish it. Taking fire.
Oh, I got us both. That's okay. I saw it too. I was trying to get away from it. I hope I didn't trigger it. I'm pretty sure I didn't. I think it was him shooting it, but still. Whoopsies. I love it that we're in a grow house. This is awesome. And you know, and yeah, like I was saying, maybe in the last episode, people had to treat weed like nuclear materials, and it was ridiculous. Like, I mean, and it's still kind of like that. And that's what, if I need to make some negotiations with leadership of this country. And I need to figure out how to do that. Not like I control anything or I have any say. I got some ideas that I think would help. And the main idea is hippie farms. Now that we're legalized, and maybe if weed was Schedule 3, but at the same time make it very easy to be a medicine person or a shaman. I almost said medicine man, but just like man in the middle changed to person in the middle, be like a medicine person. A healer, there you go. You could just do like gender non-specific or gender neutral terms. A healer, a soothsayer, a sorcerer, or well, that's like sorcerer, sorceress. Wizard, I still consider women wizards. She can be a wizard. And when I say that my ex was a queen, she was a king too. She was a leader, she was a ruler, and I kind of consider like that should just be like, you know, the head of the monarchy. And I think people have already started saying stuff like, and we had the Queen of England for the longest time, and she was great. Like she was, you know, and she took some ridicule. And and I remember when I was going through my period of mental unwellness from burnout, I remember trying to find a fuddy-duddy way to disguise and not disguise, but to censor things that were not consensual. Like if you did not consent to see some really messed up stuff, you shouldn't have to see it. And like, and with the internet and the progression of the internet, you know, and kids are gonna see stuff. Like, so that's more of like, you know, you got to approach like taking care of that issue on the other end. You got to make it to where they're probably going to see something. 'Cause I remember one time I found a bunch of adult magazines, and it wasn't even like actual like content. It was an ordering catalog for adult toys, and my buddies and I were just like looking at it. And this was in first grade, and we're just looking at this catalog. We're like, what is this? Like, you know, you buy these things? Like, why is this strapped onto people? Or like, why is this hanging from their face? Like, what is this thing? Like, we were so confused. It was like looking at an alien civilization. It was just sex toys. We saw naked women and stuff. We were like, oh, that's cool. But like, so that's what they look like under there. Huh. All right. Well, I mean, it's different. But, and that's what we were doing. Like, this was like pre-puberty and everything. We didn't know what we were looking at. But we made the best sense of it we could. We're like, all right, cool, whatever. And just like the kids of South Park, we moved on and like continued learning life lessons even after seeing that. That's why everybody needs a chef. You know, I feel like I've been the chef a few times, not with kids, but like with my colleagues and peers. Because yeah, right away, like, but the kids need a chef. Like, maybe not exactly like that, but someone who can just like an uncle. I think they call them unks now. Like, get unk, and like, or someone who has less of a filter that will explain something. And especially like an autistic uncle that already has like less filters or has a harder time like maintaining health and happiness.
Got contact!
Objective Bravo is compromised. Get it, friendly UAV online. We're taking Alpha. Securing Objective Bravo.
Oh no, someone's coming.
Hostile eliminated!
Ah, I saw the two other. All right, but I got it. Ah, I thought there might be a couple more back there.
Securing Objective Alpha. Secured all objectives.
Changing mags!
The enemy took Charlie. We've got him on the run. Keep up the chase.
Oh, and that's the funny thing. I was also thinking about my educational history. I've taken so many classes because I was just screwing around for the longest time. That's why I have so much school debt. It's because I changed majors. I was in ECE, electrical computer engineering, but didn't take like any engineering classes. My math was horrible. I was still trying to catch up. And I understand now that like I had some friends and colleagues that were like, they would look at me kind of funny, be like, you know, and just act a little superior. And they were. And like I realize now it's like, it's because they were doing harder math classes. They were doing more stuff. Oh my god. All right. Oh, and back to the fuddy-duddy stuff, the censorship. That is what fuddy-duddy is. Like, whenever I was going to say something that I wouldn't want repeated in front of my mother or my grandmother, I would say fuddy-duddy. And I censored myself from a very early time when I had kids. And thank the Lord, her or him. That's why I love certain movies, too, that paint God as a woman. It's like, what if? What if God is a woman? Like, how awkward is it going to be for some folks, you know? Like, you're going to trust an old dusty book written by a bunch of dudes in the desert 2,000 years ago, and the women were probably right there being like, hey, in fact, we know they were preaching alongside men. They were leaders, women leaders in the early Christian churches, and Jesus was all about women equality. Now, the Old Testament, which I disagree with, and I want to say I disagree with a lot of, like, the Hebrew text and stuff, because I've heard some really outlandish stuff, like, well, the one thing that they're probably the biggest disagreement on is like when is a baby a baby? Because the Jewish faith says once it takes its first breath. Okay, so full-term abortions are cool with the Jewish church is what that tells me. And I know that a lot of Christians and Catholics are not down with that. So there's got to be some communication there, like, or, you know, there's got to be an understanding that, and for the most part there is. Like, I was debating abortion stuff with one of my old roommates and friends, because he was saying, like, some states allow full-term abortion. I was like, yeah, but let's see which states. So I went and hit up Google. I asked Google about it, and I posted that, so a list of the states where it was legal all the way up until birth. And then he was like, oh, well, look, it's the state that we both live in, Colorado. And I was like, oh, okay, well, let's look a little deeper. So I went back to Google and I said, you know, of those, or how many abortions are, well, I forget how I said it, but basically I asked the AI for a list of every year, or no, every abortion and the stats behind it. Like, at what point were they aborted? Like, in most of them, I think it was only 3% were full term. And I'm guessing that's probably, and again, I'd have to go back to Google. I have to be willing to go back to Google and take a look and be like, of those 3%, how many were like rape, incest, for the safety of the mother? Like, you got to trust that these are medical professionals making these decisions. These aren't just some clowns off the street. Like, and that's where the disrespect is shown. It's like, we trust these doctors to make these health decisions with our lives. You know, you got to trust them to give their honest opinion about an abortion. Like, a lot of times they'll say, just don't do it. Like, there's no point. Like, you know, you might explore adoption or the foster care system, which right there, it's like, oh, okay, well, you know, let's have all these religious people. If they're going to say, oh, that's the same argument as, like, you know, we got to look out for immigrants, then are you going to house them? But we got to look out for unborn babies. Are you going to house them? The same exact argument applies, you know, which most people are going to say no. Or they're going to try to hem and haw and be like, well, what if we do this? Or what if we do that? Like, you know, okay, but are you going to follow through with that? Or are you going to just, are words cheap and, you know, just window dressing for you? So, that's prophetic too. Fess up when we mess up. That's the biggest thing I've been living by, is like, you know, if you make a mistake, it doesn't matter as long as you make it right. But if you don't make it right, then the mistake is even worse, because then it's like, it's a mistake that might be intentional. Like, that's the problem, is like, you know, if you're screwing up, fine, we all screw up. We all screw up all the time. I'm the bull in a china shop. Like, I've had people call me that tons of times. He's like, I just screw up. Like, you know, I'm like neurodivergent, autistic, or whatever. Like, I mean, I don't think, well, I don't know. I haven't been diagnosed. I have been diagnosed with ADHD, and I've made peace with that.
We're engaging Alpha.
It's actually not that hard to make peace for. I'm a spaz. My kid's a spaz too. Whatever. Like, I love it.
You're on your own.
What?
Mosquito is online.
Oh no.
The reinforcements are done. We're attacking Alpha.
Taking fire!
Oh, you're done.
We're engaging Alpha. Hostile UAV in the area. We're attacking Alpha.
Reloading!
Where are they? Now I'm hunting. Oh, they're over there.
We're engaging Alpha.
Yeah.
Get ready for the
Woo.
next one.
GG's. So I don't know. I'm gonna try to find dude. Oh, the other thing is like, so I got another dude that I think thinks that I'm out to hurt him, which I'm not. I'm just out to hold him accountable. And if law enforcement does that, even better. Like I yield to law enforcement. They're aware of him and his old activities. He was a predator, by the way. His behaviors could have changed, and I accept that. But if there were things out there that he still did not get held accountable for, then that's a problem. So.
Taking contact at Bravo. They're taking B.
Do I get points for defending? I don't know if I get points for it actually, but football! Nice. The real name for soccer that we changed. It's like metrics.
Taking contact at Bravo.
Ah.
Final minute.
Thermite! Watch your fire!
They're taking A.
I'm reloading! Changing mags!
We lost A.
I'm reloading!
Just gotta keep killing them and then run out those
Enemy's
lives.
running low on reinforcements.
But so are we.
Enemies at Bravo.
Thermite
B. UAV standing by. Taking
Need
contact at
recon
Bravo.
overhead!
Copy that. UAV online and orbiting the AO.
Alright. Oh, I had so many pearls of wisdom and now I'm just kinda...
Taking B. Friendly care package on the way.
Thought someone else was moving.
We lost that round.
Oh.
Prepare for the next one.
Oh, I didn't realize you could. So that's like Sudoku, and I was doing a program to solve Sudoku. Oh, and I gotta start getting busy. I gotta get some things done. Ugh. Got a lot to do. What is all this?
Take out the enemy and secure the
So I
objective.
subscribe to a bunch of Substacks, and I have email notifications. So now I get a ton of emails, and I gotta set up a filter to kind of organize that. And so I'll do that one of these days. But basically, like,
We're attacking Bravo.
but it's like a list of articles and the people's thoughts and stuff. And like, when I get a chance, I want to make my own Substack, and just explain all these things that I've been talking about and like musing over, and thinking about and tinkering about, and security projects and, you know, coaching projects and all of these different things.
We're attacking
ammo.
Bravo. We're attacking on the front.
Reloading!
B secure.
Taking fire!
Secure. Capturing A. We're attacking Alpha.
Enemy KIA!
We're
Changing
engaging
mags.
Alpha. The enemy's low on reinforcements. Friendly UAV on
Oh, at least be a distraction if you can.
Friendly care package in the AO. Be advised, you're low on reinforcement.
For my
Engaging
friend!
Alpha.
I'm reloading!
Target sighted.
We're attacking Alpha.
Check your
Finish the mission.
Just thinking about what my uncle told me too. He's like, man, oh, that's so cool. Look at all the people in Brazil. I met some people from Brazil. They're very proud. I think it's because they speak Portuguese. And I was told in Portugal, I was in Porto, Portugal, that the little bit of Portuguese, like the 10 words that no, that's probably even too great. So I think I speak like 5 words. The guy said, this tour guide said, oh, you speak Portuguese with a Brazilian accent. And I was like, oh, that's so cool. Because I know Spanish and I speak Spanish, like decently, not great. I'm actually learning it again on my Twitch, in hopes that, and actually I got to get back to that. So now I got to find a legal way to get exposure in China, but I got to not abuse that either. So that's the problem, is like, because I want to be able to have content that Chinese people can see to learn English and Chinese, and that's all it is. And I think, and once they understand that I'm not some crazy person like trying to mess with them, then I think they would let me teach English and Chinese to people, or at least help them. I mean, I'm not like perfect at it or even great at it. Like, I'm just starting out with my linguistics projects, but you know. Oh. So yeah, after this round, I gotta go get some things done. Ah, touche. Whoa.
Enemies at Bravo.
It was almost like he was shooting pieces of rebar. Like that looked like a piece of rebar sticking out of the wall. Anyways.
We have one objective remaining. Keep it. We lost B.
Taking fire! I'm reloading! Back for more!
You're running low on reinforcements.
Got contact! Watch your fire!
Friendly UAV online. The enemy's running low on reinforcements.
Enemy KIA! Reloading! Taking fire!
Just thinking about my history too. I think I should add to my LinkedIn. Like, I was on the skate park committee back in Buena Vista because I used to skateboard at the elementary school, and the police would come and talk to us and be like, "Hey, you're not supposed to skateboard here." And they were like, "Well, where else are we supposed to go?" And so I was on a committee, and I was able to speak and be like, you know, we wouldn't skateboard at the school if we just had a nice, safe place to go. And so they built a skate park, and then I promptly stopped skateboarding, but a couple of my friends used it a lot, and so it was still a worthwhile investment. But I think it's funny that, like, if anybody was really paying attention, I would have been like, oh no, he's not even into skateboarding anymore, he's off onto other things. And so, but that part shouldn't matter. I mean, it really shouldn't. Like, the fact is we needed a skate park, we needed a safe place to go skateboard. Like, not even like safe necessarily, but just like safe for everybody. When I say that, I mean like the kids, like the parents. I mean, we would never go there skateboarding when there were kids there. Like, we were trying to be, I mean, maybe there were like summer school programs going on, but
Mission's complete. Good work.
of course then we were like drinking beer out of like like big gulps and stuff, and then like but same thing, like, you know, we'd be very careful with driving, and like once we knew like we hit our limit, like, which was like a beer, I mean, we'd never do much more than like a beer if we were going to drive, because we studied that. We, like, you know, I mean, I think we even had breathalyzers that we'd pass around, be like, all right, are you under the legal limit? Good. So then if you got pulled over, at least it wasn't over the legal limit and you get a DUI. But I think that was a report. Anyways, no, I gotta go. So, ta-ta for now. I will see you in the next one. Hope you enjoyed some Modern Warfare 3 and some musings. I will see you in the next one. Ta-ta.